Hello, YouTubers. I'm doing some service on a 2001 Toyota Sequoia. Alright, let's get underway. First of all, I have to take out the underneath shroud on this. I'm going to drain the coolant. I'm going to drain the oil. And I'm going to drain the transmission fluid. Alright, let's get to it. I'm going to use a 12 millimeter to take the underneath shroud of this Sequoia 2001. And for you guys that doesn't have a air wrench, it's a lot faster if it is, but if you don't, then you can still do it. It might take a little time, but air is better because it's faster. Five screws, 10 millimeter socket or box wrench. You need to do this to get to the coolant drain for the radiator. Set it aside. If you have an air ratchet, it only takes less than 5 minutes to take it out. But if you use one of these, it might take you a while, but you can do it. Once you get this away, put that aside like that. Put the drain for the coolant. Drain away. Well, you gotta find a drain cock for the coolant. Before you start draining, loosen up the coolant cap on top of the radiator. Like this.
Come on.
Now you can open up the drain cock from the bottom, so that way the gravity will come down and all from the radiator and all the way down to the thermostat. And while I'm draining the coolant, I will also drain the transmission oil, and that takes a 14mm socket or a box end. It's in the back somewhere. All right, folks, make sure when you're doing the service, buy the Toyota coolant, okay? Long life. And then when you're doing the transmission service, make sure to get a collapsible gasket for the drain, because the old one is already been collapsed and you can't use the old one. But you can, but you have to be very, very perfect to get it tight. That's why I recommend using buying a new collapsible spacer gasket for the drain plug. Okay, and then when you're doing the change oil, to make sure to get the drain plug gasket also. I do recommend Toyota filter, but you can use whisk that too. I don't ever use Fram. I never did. I can't say I don't like it, but I don't use it. I only use either Toyota or Whisk oil filters. That's my preference. Somebody might use Fram. It's to its own. Okay. And different models for the Toyotas. My model use Dexron 3. 2-3 more years above that, they use Dexron 4, and then Dexron 5, and then Dexron 6, and so on. So you have to consult the manufacturer's recommendations. Go to your books. If you're doing this by yourself, make sure you don't put the wrong fluid in there, because it will make an adverse effect if you're putting a different fluid on a transmission or coolant. Okay, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna show you how to drain the transmission. It's loose. I got it loose already. Alright, that's the drain plug. And just, there you go, like that. You can see that collapsible gasket that's still stuck in there, but you can take a small screwdriver and just pry it out. It'll pop out. Okay, I'm just gonna let that drain. Get on. Get on to the next one. Alright. Kind of noisy. Got my air compressor on automatic. While we're waiting for those to drain, I bought this washer fluid additive from Walmart for almost $10. I'm gonna add it to the windshield washer. It's 4 gallons, so you can, I'd say, passing on that about a gallon. So this is, you can use it 4 times, and it's pretty good. It's called washer fluid additive. It instantly applies RainX and treatment. Okay, let's do that while we're waiting for the coolant and transmission fluid to drain.
Come on.
Make sure to take the seal out. So it's got its own measurements there, so all you gotta do is divide it by 4 so you can use it 4 times. You need to put more water in it. Okay. Excess water, I'm just gonna water the grass. Okay, it looks like the coolant is just dripping, so I'm going to close it up and it's done. Coolant, you know, you need to dispose of it properly. So I have a container, 5 gallons, and I want to put it in there and I want to dispose it properly. Coolant's going to go in here. that drain for a few minutes. The transmission is dripping too, so I'm going to close that up. This bucket is for engine oil, and old engine oil and old transmission fluid. Remember I showed you the transmission gas, drain plug? Well, there's a crushable gasket, right? You want the crushable side upward. So when you tighten this down, it crushes it. So it acts like a torque. There's the, I don't know if you can see it, there's the old one. I'm going to yank it out. Right there. See it? That's the old one. You can't use that. Make sure when you tighten that drain plug, just snug. And let the collapsible just crush it. upside down. Yeah, see now. It's too sunny. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.